Good evening, good morning. Wonderful. I like it like that. How many of y'all like that song? Like it like it. Did that get you going in the morning? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Miss Belinda Batiste, I've been watching you, just having a good time with it. I love 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 it. I like it like that. Man, what a way to get started in your morning. You like it like that. Hey, I want to thank, oh, there we go. My camera's messing up again. People are jumping on and throwing me off here this morning. Good morning, 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 good morning to everybody. Thank you so much, Miss Belinda Batiste. I'm sitting there watching you, having a good time with the music I'm going. I love it. Hey, good morning, everybody. Wow, last night, I want to thank, first of all, I want to thank Miss Konohara for introducing me last night at our 1 through 10. As you know, on Tuesday and Thursday, we're here. And Miss Ismail's tonight on a different number. I'll be sending it out later today. Hey, I want to thank Mr. Dale Ransom being on this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Mr. Harrison Mill, I hope you did great with your guest. I hope you did very good with your guest last night. He jumped on 30 minutes early. Caught me on another call, but he was 30 minutes early. I like that guy. Ismail, Mr. Ismail, good morning, sir. Good morning, Que Paso. Good morning, sir. Miss Celia Ransom over in Whitland, California. Thank you so much. Miss Caroline Baker, good morning. Mr. Winston Herbert, good morning. Regional Vice President Platinum, we have Miss Giles and Driscoll with us this morning, everybody. Good morning, dear. Thank you so much. Oh, my God, Monday was amazing. If you did not catch Monday, go back to the channel and re-watch that. Matter of fact, if I were you, I'd get a copy and send it to everybody. That was great. Patricia and Frank Bowman up in Elk Grove, California. Good morning. Mr. Marvin Carter, Regional Director. Good morning, sir, out of Fresno, California. I'd like to thank Dwayne, who just jumped on here just a little bit late, and a couple of y'all got on here late. Miss Joyce Brewer, good morning. Thank you so much. Mr. Payon over in Japan. Look at that. People in Japan can get on here on time. Why y'all a minute too late? Sensational. Good morning, dear. Good seeing you. Zoe, part of the Baker organization, good morning. Vernal, good morning, good morning, good morning. Kimberly Garcia, thank you so much. You're a little late, young lady. Hey, Mr. Casey Carter down there in San Diego. That guy's amazing. Chris McDowell, good morning, sir. Candy Eppley on Phoenix, thank you so much. Regional Director, Mr. Julian Lewis. Man, that guy, woo! He's rested his vocals, but he's gonna come back strong next month for us every Tuesday in next month, November. Hey, Tracy Gilmore, did I give her a shout out? Oh, Tracy Gilmore, part of the Baker organization. Good morning. Bill Bailey, sir, we've been missing you. Glad to see you on the call today. I know you've been on there hitting and missing. We appreciate you, sir. Also, we'd like to thank Miss Walker. Good morning. Miss Natasha Ismail, Regional Director out of Fresno. Good morning, good morning. We had a RD recertification and hire yesterday. It was amazing. Co-founders took the gloves off, and I mean, they really laid it out on how simple our business is. Hey, you guys got to get qualified for the next RD certification. Miss Eileen, it's good seeing you in San Diego. She's a quiet storm. Regional Director, Miss Luana Pinedo, out in Fresno. Yes, I was praying for your husband at 7 o'clock in the morning. Everybody know, I don't know about you guys, her husband had a little bit of, yeah, anyway, I don't want to tell her personal business, but yes, been praying for you. Sam Foster, down in Dallas, Texas. Hanging out with Mr. T.D. Jakes, one of my spiritual leaders. Miss Patricia Pat Robinson over in Oakland. Good morning, young lady. Miss Darlene Evans, part of the crew out in South Carolina. Wow, wow, wow. Don't forget the contest to tell your group, because I pay for it, they go. I love it. Regional Director, Mr. Chris King, down in Fresno, California, with his lovely bride, Ms. Rose Guerrero King. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Mr. Freddie Sherman, good morning, sir. Miss Kathleen Williams, good morning. Regional Director, Miss Evelyn Phibbs down in Fresno. Good morning, Regional Director. Miss Konohara over in Japan. Good morning. Thank you so much. Miss Gail Wiggin, thanks for joining. Mr. David Wright, good morning. Miss Martinez in Iowa. Hello, young lady. Hello. Man, I tell you, Miss Natalie in Las Vegas, Nevada. Hey, I want to thank all those folks that are joining the call today. Let's see what our numbers look like before we get our superstar on here. I mean, I'm excited about today's call. You know, if I were you, I tell you what, hold on a second. If I were you, I'd be getting ready for the day's call. Matter of fact, I just got this. There's 62 on the call so far. Hey, I went and got me a seatbelt, because y'all need a seatbelt today. Let me tell you, I just got this. This is a seatbelt. Y'all better get a seatbelt to get locked in. Let me lock myself in for the day's call. Miss Belinda Batista, I'm locking myself in for the day's call, because I know it's going to be a humdinger. Miss Joyce Brewer, you got yours. Come, I'm going to lock my, Marie, where I got my seatbelt. I'm going to lock myself in, because I tell you what, we're going to take off on a trip today like none other. I just had a long conversation with our guest speaker the other day. We talked about a half an hour about what he's going to be bringing, and I said, Lord have mercy. Well, let me tell you about our guest speaker for those that don't know it. Isaac, good morning, sir. You're 6 minutes late. Ursa, Alan, you're 6 minutes late. Anyway, hey, let me tell you about this young man. He started the business when he was a ripe young age of 20 years old. He worked at Applebee's. Matter of fact, October the 27th, it's coming up this Tuesday, a couple Tuesdays from now. He'll be 7-year anniversary in ACN. So let me get this straight, Mr. Thomas. He started when he's 20. Yes. He'll be 27. He'll be 20 on the 27th of October. It's be a 7th year anniversary in AC. He's a regional vice president, platinum. Didn't take him long. I don't know why it takes people long, but it didn't take him long. He's got a 3-year-old son. Actually, a 3-year-old son. He's been a dad. He's 27 years old. His first time back in our business. He just went crazy when he got started. And maybe he'll tell the story. I hope he does. How he got started, how he had so much success, and then how his success slipped, and he rebuilt it in the right way. And not only that, he became a stronger leader in ACN, a great father and a great man. And I've been admiring him for years from the distance because I have so much respect for him. His goal is to be the #1 in the company. So without further ado, my dear friend, and if you've never heard this young man, like I said, I hope y'all brought a seatbelt. Without further ado, Mr. Shakeel Cooper.
Thank you. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir. I can hear you clearly.
Okay, sounds great. Before I do go into anything about myself, I do want to give it back to Mr. Thomas for all of those great words. And, you know, it's always a blessing to learn from individuals who have been successful for many, many, many years, and it's someone that you can learn from. It's someone that can pour into you. And I'm just really honored that he always chooses me, you know, to share my story with you guys. And hopefully you guys are able to take something from it. Today, I'm going to give you a background about myself, and I was able to put together, you know, some wisdom, you know, and a little bit of training so I can leave you guys with something tangible that you can take after this call today and go out there and implement everything that I taught you. So a little bit about myself. I'm currently 27 years old. Got started with ACN when I was 20 years old, no business background. I was working at a restaurant called Applebee's when I was going to college at the same time. When a close friend of mine would say, you know, you open to making some extra money? I said, sure. You know, I'll come out, I'll check it out. I actually was not even going to go to the event. I remember the day before the event, my mentor gave me a call and reminded me about the event. It was my little cousin had to get baptized the same day. And, you know, my family had a gathering. So instead of me going with my family, I decided to go downtown Baltimore to see what this business was about. I remember going downtown, taking a risk of parking on the street, and I was already late, you know. So what I did was I got down there. And when I got down there, I was so excited because I was able to see thousands of people. But what really got me excited about the opportunity was that someone by the name of Senior Vice President, Mr. Aaron Burke, he said, hey, I used to be a 5th grade teacher in Park Heights, Baltimore at Arlington Elementary School. I said, hold up, wait. I used to attend the same school. And that same time when I attended that school, Mr. Burke had just left that school. So just imagine you being a 4th grade student and Mr. Burke is a 5th grade teacher right down the hallway. And then later you find out that you're now in business with him. So when I found out that Mr. Burke was working at my elementary school and he left there and now he was a senior vice president, I said, if this guy can do it, I can do it. But what really got me excited was his wife lived around the corner from where I grew up. So I'm like, hold up. He's working in Baltimore City in the hood. She grew up in the hood. And if they can get to the top of the company, why can't I? So I got started. Business went up to a rocket fast start, hit executive team leader in a company in like my first 60 days. I remember making a check with a comma in my first month in the business. And that's really what got me excited about this ACN opportunity because, you know, where I'm from, you got to see it to believe it. So what I did was I betted on myself. And I said, you know what? Let me really implement everything that they're talking about. What if everything that they're talking about is true? Because I know most people, they like to say, you know what? I don't know what they're talking about. It might be true, it might not. I said, you know what? What if everything they're talking about is true? So from that point on, I really took the training. I never missed a single training in 7 years. Never. never missed an international event, never missed a regional event. Every single event that ACN had in place, I was there before COVID hit. And the reason why, because I understood that the more training that you get, the better you become. And if you just condense time frame, you can get to the top of the company and become a senior vice president in your first 5 to 7 years. See, I learned that from reading a book called GoPro. And I remember reading a book and the guy was talking about Eric Worre. He said it takes about 10,000 hours to become successful at anything that you do. But he said, if you just go hard for 7 years straight and you just don't take your foot off the gas, you're gonna hit about 10,000 hours. Most professionals, they become professionals after about 7 years in the industry. And the reason why 7, I guess, because 7 is a lucky number. You know, you go to the casino, what do you want to hit? 777. You know, and this is my 7th year in business. And when my 7th year in business started to happen, my business just really started to take off without my control. So everything that I read in that book, when he said, when you get close to your 7th year in your business is going to take off if you build it right. So all of those years of the ups and the downs that I'm going to tell you guys about, everything that he told me in the book, it happened. So for the first couple years in the business, like I said, I had a lot of success, made a lot of money, you know, and I lost everything. I lost everything. So just imagine, like you said, dream car, dream homes, you know, vacations, just, you're not worrying about money. Everything's great. And then you get to a point where you lose everything. I remember losing everything, you know, from individuals in my business that, you know, used to be my friends that became jealous of my success because they were trying to figure out how in the world did this guy just take off in this company and got to the top of the company having so much success, and he's doing it and he's making it look so easy. See, and that's one of the things that I realized in this business, that, you know, people think it's easy. And what I can tell you, that doing anything in life is not easy. It was really, really hard, but I just happened to show you guys that, you know, it was easy. And one of the reasons why it was easy to me, because I'm from Baltimore City. And if you don't know anything about Baltimore, Baltimore is the most dangerous city in the United States of America. It literally, it's to the point where, you know, you're used to violence. You're used to seeing, you know, people on drugs, and, you know, you're used to seeing poverty. And, you know, for most people, they never get out of this trap. You know, I have family, you know, and friends that never left Baltimore, that never left that neighborhood. So with me, you know, just in the past year and a half alone, I've been on 50 planes. So I had to change my mindset and get around people that was like-minded. So I made a decision to say, you know what? I'm going to go down south. I'm going to go to Houston. And when I went to Houston, my vision just blew up, because when you're in Baltimore, you don't see a lot of success. You got to go way, way out in Maryland to see people that's really having success that can inspire you. But when I went to Houston and I saw people are getting money, I'm like, listen, this is where I need to be. But for me to get there, I had to make it happen where I was from. And a lot of times, most people feel as though they have to leave where they're from to become successful. But guess what? I became successful in Baltimore. I did not leave Baltimore right away. I made sure that I was able to help my people have success and become independent business owners and still be there to help them, because my goal was always to have a system-driven business. A system-driven business. But when my friends left me to build my business on my own, when everyone traded on me, when, you know, everyone left my corner, when literally people just left me, you know, because when you lose everything and people was around you just because you had things, it can really put you in a depression state. And for a while, that's what happened to me. You know, I started to get gray hair, you know, and I just got really depressed. And I remember just losing everything and sitting. I remember sitting in my condo and removing all of my furniture because I couldn't afford to live there no more. And the reason why, because like I said, I lost everything. So I remember putting everything in a U-Haul truck. And then I remember, you know, signing another lease for 3 months. And then right before they kicked me out, I signed another lease. So for about a year, I went to like 4 different apartments and racked up almost like $40,000 worth of debt. I was in apartments for 3 months before they kicked me out because I didn't have the money, but I had good credit at the time. And from there, I went to another apartment. And then from there, after a couple months, I just decided to move into my grandmother's basement. I remember moving into my grandmother's basement, paying my uncle a couple $100 to put new carpet down, paint the room, and things like that. And I remember just sitting in my grandmother's basement, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do now? So guess what I did? I said, you know what? I'm going to start a clothing company for my team. Because guess what? I needed cash flow right now. I was still doing ACN, still building it. But guess what? As an entrepreneur, if I can find one opportunity and create many different streams of income doing the same thing, I can get myself out of the hole. So I started selling clothes. I said, you know what? I'm going to get people to wear the brand so that I can start having people market the clothes for me. And at the same time, they're also marketing Wolfpack. They're marketing the team. They're marketing the company that I spent so much time building. And from that point on, everyone wanted to wear the clothes. And once people started wearing the clothes, people got excited about the opportunity again. People wanted to be a part of something bigger than themselves. So from that point on, I remember, making enough money where I was able to get an apartment and move to Houston. I remember moving to Houston, hopping in my car and driving almost 20 plus hours nonstop from Baltimore, Maryland, straight to Houston, Texas, with everything in my car. And I remember getting to Houston, Texas, and I remember sleeping on the floor in that apartment for almost 6 months on an air mattress. I was able to get regional vice president done on an air mattress. And I'll tell you that because when I got to Houston, after a couple months, my car got flooded. So my car got flooded. I lost my car. So I lost all my cars. I remember having to rent a car, from my girlfriend. One of her friends owned a dealership, and he helped me rent a car for $300. It was 2005 Acura, and the car was beat up. The seats was ripped up. And so imagine me going to 18 events, building a business, and spending every single dime. People talk about, they invest in themselves, but I'm like, how do you truly feel as though you invest in yourself if you haven't implemented thousands of dollars back into your business? If you haven't implemented thousands of dollars back into reading books and going to webinars, going to seminars and just basically investing into yourself. I remember spending every single dime that I made in a company. And what did I do? I put that money back into my business and I put it back into myself, because what I understood was that, I can lose everything, but the knowledge and the information I have, nobody can take that from me. So when I lost everything, it was my motivation to get back to the top. And guess what I did? After losing everything, no money, no car, no home, sleep on the floor, I was able to hit regional vice president in 3 years and 11 months. After having to rebuild my whole entire business from the ground at 24 years old. So how in the world can someone go from making it, losing it, getting it back, and now building a way bigger and better business? And right now, I'm on track to becoming a senior vice president by second quarter 2021. How in the world is that able to happen? How can you lose everything and continue to work, continue to be motivated when most people haven't made what you made, haven't done what you've done, and when they run into a little bit of obstacles, they give up and they quit? How can you give up and you quit when you haven't went through nothing in the business yet? Because what I'm going to tell you is that you're going to have to sacrifice everything for this business. And the reason why, because there's nothing else out here that's going to give you any type of time freedom, have the opportunity to do what you want to do, make money, travel the world, and you don't have to stop your life to do this business. So one of the reasons why I loved ACN, because it gave me all of the training, it gave me everything that I needed to basically work in life. See, we're not just getting ACN training, we're getting life training, but you're hearing from somebody that had no business background. Nobody in my family is successful. Nobody in my family ever really made more than 6 figures in a year, and most of my family, they don't know what it takes to become successful. So just imagine you losing everything, having to move back to your grandmother's basement. Then I remember I had to move back into my mom's closet. So my mom and my stepdad, they had a little room at their house. And guess what? I had to move into that closet with my air mattress while I'm building my business, because guess what? I had to get myself out of $100,000 worth of debt that I put myself into, trying to just keep going. Because guess what? I understood that, every successful people, they're going to go through some journey in life where they make it and they lose it. And that's a test from the universe. How bad do you really want it? Most people say they really want it bad, but until you're punched in the face over and over and over and over, how many people gets back up? Most people don't. So what I'm going to do really quickly is I'm going to share my screen, because I was able to put together some slides so I can just open you guys' minds to what it really takes to be successful. So hold on one second while I share my screen. Okay, can you guys see my screen perfect? Sounds great. So listen, if you run from the work, you might as well hide the money. Let me say it again. If you run from the work, you might as well hide the money. Because a lot of people say, you know, I want to make a lot of money. I want to make a lot of money. I make a lot of money. But when it's time to work, they run. They know where to be found. How in the world do you find yourself being successful if you're scared of the work? If you're scared of the work. Most people, they just want a lot. They want to become successful, but they don't want to do the work. But what I understood is that you got to understand that you have to change this mindset. Don't go broke trying to prove you're not broke to people who are broke. And this is the number one problem for most people, is that they spend all of their money, they spend all of their time, they spend all of their resources trying to prove to other people that they're not broke. When in reality, if they took that same amount of money and invested into themselves, then you won't have to go out there and prove to anybody that you're not broke. See, because when you work on yourself, you don't care what other people think about you. See, I started caring what people thought about me years ago, and guess what? I'm stress-free. Life is great. And the reason why, because you got to understand that people's opinion about you and what you're doing, listen, if it's not helping you pay your bills, if it's not helping you take care of your family, it don't matter. So I want you to remember that you need to stop going broke, because a lot of people say, I don't have money to invest in this. I don't have money to invest in that. But guess what? You go into that closet, they have every design in the world. The guys, you have every pair of sneakers in the world. Ladies, you have every pair of heels in the world. You get your hair done every week. You at the club, you partying, you doing this. Listen, you living paycheck to paycheck. And you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, and you're wondering why you're not where you need to be in life, because you're trying to keep up with people who are broke, trying to prove to them that you're not broke. And this is what I speak to myself every single day. I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Every single day. This is on the front of my phone. And the reason why, because if you don't speak affirmations, positivity about your finances, about your life, if you're not happy, if you're not grateful, why do you expect that money should come into your life in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis? See, everything starts in the mind. What do you tell yourself when you wake up in the morning? Do you tell yourself you're happy? Do you tell yourself you're grateful? Do you tell yourself that you're happy and grateful now that money comes to you in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis? What are you speaking to yourself? See, this is important because people don't understand that 90% of this business is all mental. The 10% is the easy part. But the hardest part is the mental part, changing your mindset. You have to change your mindset. And you got to understand what success means. Success means see your goal, understand the obstacles, create a positive mental picture, clear your mind of self-doubt, embrace the challenge, stay on track, and show the world you can do it. I'm going to talk about each one really quickly. See your goal. Listen, if you don't have no goals, you're not going to go anywhere. Listen, you can't hit a target that you don't see. If you don't understand that there's going to be obstacles throughout your entire journey, and you don't understand that when those obstacles come, that you got to run through them and not run from them, then guess what? Life is going to beat you up. If you don't create a positive mental picture of the outcome of what you want through this opportunity. See, I already know where I'm going before I went. I already know I'm going to be a senior vice president. So all of the obstacles, it don't matter. The obstacles are there to make you stronger. You want to clear your mind from self-doubt, meaning that when you get to yourself, what are you saying to yourself? A lot of people, they're excited, they're fired up when they're with that mentor, when they're around other people. But when you get to yourself, you're talking self-doubt to yourself. You don't believe in yourself. And I learned that 95% of the people in the world don't really believe in themselves. They might say they believe in themselves, but to really believe in yourself, you have to have that type of mindset that nothing can stop me. There's no doubt. There's 0% of doubt. You have to embrace all of the challenges. Stay on the track. Stay on the track. If you just stay on the track, you will get to where you're going. And if you just show the world that you can do it, people are going to look up to you. People are going to be inspired by you. Listen, the number one thing in the world is inspiration. If you can inspire other people to be better than they was, to grow, to just become a better person, that's what this life is about. So that's what success means. And if you notice, I didn't say anything about money. I didn't say anything about money because guess what? You can have a lot of money and not be successful. So you got to understand, like, everything is mindset. And this is the mindset. Billionaires lose millions to become billionaires. Millionaires lose thousands to become millionaires. Broke people want to lose nothing to become rich. Let me read that again. Billionaires lose millions to become billionaires. Millionaires lose thousands to become millionaires. But broke people want to lose nothing to become rich. And that means that if you don't put in anything, you're not going to get anything. If you don't invest your money into yourself, you're not going to become successful. See, I understood that every person successful, they pay the price. And most people are running from paying the price because most people want to just become wealthy and successful without having to go through anything. But guess what? You're going to become just like those people that win the lottery. They win the lottery. They don't know how they won the lottery. They got lucky, and guess what? A couple years down the line, they lose everything. And they can't get it back. Why? Because guess what? They didn't invest anything. They got lucky. And a lot of people get lucky with success. A lot of people, you might get lucky and recruit someone that blow your business up for a couple months. But guess what happens? If you don't really invest into your business or yourself, then guess what? You're not going to have success for too long. And the truth about money is that you can be broke making $200,000 a year, but be rich making $40,000 a year. And it all comes down to your lifestyle and your spending habits. See, you don't have to make $100,000 a year to live comfortable. But it all comes down to your habit and your lifestyle. And most people are trying to live lifestyle of celebrities and athletes, and you're working a 9-to-5. You're trying to keep up with celebrities and athletes that's wearing designer, wearing all these expensive things, driving expensive cars, getting expensive homes, and you're making the wrong lifestyle choices. They have millions of dollars. They already have things set up. Why are we trying to keep up with people that they're in a way different tax bracket? See, most people got to understand that you want to stay in your tax bracket that you are, but at the same time, you want to work the smart way to get to where those people are at. Because guess what? Those individuals are not going broke to keep up with their lifestyle. Most of the time, they own businesses. They have tax write-offs. They have all of these different things. But if you just work a regular 9-to-5 and you're not making no money in the business, so how do you expect to become successful? How do you expect to make $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year? And what I learned about in ACN, there's no limit to how much money you can make. Some can make $40,000, some can make $200,000. But guess what? There's nobody stopping you from making the income that you want to make but you. But it all comes down to what? Your lifestyle choices. So from there, these are some of the areas that you might be able to reduce some of your expenses. Some people, you got too much subscription. You watching Netflix all day. Instead of watching Netflix all day, why not get on YouTube and watch some documentaries? Why not get on YouTube and learn from people that's successful? You know, why instead of having that expensive car that you're spending, 65% of your check on every single month, that liability, why don't you just get a lower car and from there invest that extra money into your business? Or just stop eating fast food. A lot of people say, man, I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to become successful. Listen, most successful people don't eat fast food because guess what? If you're working hard, you're grinding hard, and you're eating junk and you're putting junk into your stomach, what do you think is going to come out of your mind? Because what I understood is that if you put junk into your stomach, junk is going to come out your mouth, number one, and junk is going to come into your mindset. If you eat healthy, just think about it, right? When you wake up in the morning and you eat, a salad or something, or you eat some fruit and you drink, you drink some water, you'll feel good. But if you wake up in the morning, the first thing you need is a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich and a large Coke and some fries or, a whole bunch of junk, that's what's going to happen. Over time, you're going to get fat and you're going to get lazy and you're not going to be successful. Listen, it's just how it is. You got an expensive phone. You got the latest, greatest phone, but guess what? Every single month, you can't pay your bill. Cut that phone down. Listen, you don't need the latest, greatest phone. Some people got vices, smoking cigarettes. Some people spend almost $10,000 a year just on cigarettes or alcohol. What's your vices? Cut them down. Some people drink coffee. I don't drink coffee. The reason why, because I'm healthy. I don't need anything to keep me fired up. If you drink water, you eat your fruit, and you work out, you won't need coffee every single day. From there, brands. Some people are addicted to brands. Some people are addicted to making other families rich. What I understand is that everything, all these designers, they're named after another family. You're spending all your life, all your time, all your energy to make another family rich when you can create your own brand and make yourself rich. I told myself, I'm not wearing nobody's designer. I'm wearing my own brand. And if it's not my own brand, you'll catch me in a white t-shirt. Why would I spend all my energy and all my time making somebody else rich? I'm working so hard, I'm going to spend $1,000 on a pair of shoes. I'm going to spend $500 on a belt. When you could have spent that $500 and got you an LLC or a corporation. Just think about it. Your mindset, groceries. You spend $500 a month on groceries. Why? Because you eat a bunch of junk. And we can agree, prices of things are going up. You love to shop. Some people, I love to shop. I got a shopping problem. Yeah, you're going to be broke for a long time because guess what? Those are not great habits. Shopping is not great habits unless you're shopping for stocks. You're shopping for real estate. What are you really shopping for? You're just going to the mall and giving all of these families all your income. And cable TV. If you're still watching TV and you tell yourself you want to be successful, I don't know where you're trying to be successful in, unless you're trying to be on TV. And most people on TV are broke. They broke. Just think about it. You know why I know that's why? Because guess what? Throughout this whole corona situation, what it exposed to me is that, number one, most people are broke. Number two, most people don't have multiple streams of income. And number three, I'm watching a lot of people do a whole lot of things just to make money to keep up with all of these expenses. Why? Because they have to keep up with their lifestyle. And these are the expensive right here that are keeping most people in the situation that they are today. And if you're on this call and you're telling me that you cannot reduce any of these expenses in order to get to where you need to go, then you might as well stop doing what you're doing right now. You might as well just continue to do what you're doing. Continue to work in 9 to 5, because guess what? Successful people, they make changes. They adapt. Listen, before I got involved in this business, all of those things I was doing. All of those things. I don't watch TV. I don't drive a foreign car anymore. I don't eat fast food. I don't have a high expensive phone bill. I don't smoke cigarettes and stuff. I don't drink alcohol. You know, I don't drink coffee. I'm not addicted to brands. You know, when it comes to groceries, I don't spend a lot of money on groceries. I'm vegan, you know, and I don't go shopping. Why? Because I shop at Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx. I shop where the wealthy people shop at. You look at Warren Buffett, he said, I have the same 7 suits. I live in the same house. Why? Because guess what? Successful people don't care about trying to impress other people. And these are some of the 7 streams of income to become wealthy. And if you're not in one of these streams of income, guess what? You got to understand that, number one, there's earned income, and that's from working a job. And that's great, but guess what? Now you're limited. Interest comes from lending people money, unless you want to be a bank. From there, profit income, from reselling things, you know, dividends from stocks, capital gains from investments, rental income from real estate, and royalty income from licensed product. Listen, you got to understand that it takes about 7 streams of income, they said, to become a multi-millionaire. See, most people just got one, earned income. You work a job, you get paid. You don't work, you don't get paid. But what about the other 6? If you only spend 8 hours in a day and there's 16 other hours left to make money, what are you doing with the rest of your day? When there's 6 other ways to make money, to become wealthy. So you got to understand, it's not just one way to make money. Most people are so trained to get up in the morning, get in traffic, from there, go to work, stay there for 8 hours, get off of work, go to happy hour, come home, kiss your kids, probably don't even make them dinner, and give them a little bit of oodles and noodles, and go to sleep and do the same thing over again. Over again, over again, over again. And you could be making $100,000 and doing the same habits. The same habits. If you change your habits, you'll change your life. And you got to understand that you're either going to look at the glass half full, or you're going to look at the glass half empty. And a lot of people, when they get involved in ACM, they have the pessimism mindset. The glass half empty. Instead of realizing that we have an opportunity where the glass is half full. We got everything that we need, all the training, all the support, every single, listen, what I can tell you is this, everything that I learned in ACN is what got me to where I am today. Why? Because before ACN, I had no mentors. Before ACN, I didn't know nobody making no money. See, I understood that I have the optimism mindset, and I learn from everybody. See, a closed mind, listen, if you have a closed mindset, you will never be successful in life. See, I will learn from a homeless person on the street. And the reason why, because guess what? I don't want to be in that situation. So tell me what you did to get there, because I don't want to be there. See, that's the mindset that I have. So you got to change your mindset and don't get sidetracked by people who ain't even on the track. Some of y'all are getting sidetracked by your broke friends, your broke family members that tell you, you know, you shouldn't go to that training, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, you should just stay at your job. Listen, most people want to see you in a comfortable position, exactly where they at. Your friends and your family members, they don't want to see that you was at the same place that they're at and that you got to another place and they still stuck where they at. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to pull you back every time. Hey, girl, what you doing this weekend? Let's go out and get a drink. And you probably wasn't drinking for 6 months because you was focused. But now you're sidetracked. Now you get back around the same people that's doing nothing, and now you're back to doing the same thing. One thing I learned is that, listen, don't get sidetracked, stay on the track. Since I've been on the track, I haven't looked left, I haven't looked right. Who's going to be there with me is going to be there with me, but guess what? The train keep going. From there, do you know that I've noticed that complete strangers are more inclined to help you succeed rather than the people you actually know? So those same people that you're trying to get sidetracked from, they're not even supporting you. They're not even helping you. They're not helping you. But guess what? A stranger, someone that you know, they'll be the first one to help you. And your friends won't start supporting you until after those strangers start celebrating you. Isn't it so crazy? Let me go back again. First, you don't want to get sidetracked by those people. Then they won't support you. And then they're not going to support you until everybody else loves you. Do you know how many people, quote unquote, love me now after I done blew up in this company? But before this, I'm scamming people. I'm doing all of this wrong things. But the moment I have success, now everybody loves you. Everybody's with you. Everybody thinks you the man. That's just how it works. It's crazy, but this is how it works. So understand that most of your friends, your family members, they're not going to support you until your friends until strangers start supporting you. And honestly, it's not even real support. They just want to hang on to your success. And guess what? You got to get rid of those people, because if you don't, they're going to drag you back to doing some of those same bad habits that you had in the past. From there, these are some of the secrets of the rich. You won't get rich off a salary alone. You won't get rich off a paycheck. Inflation will steal your wealth. So guess what? You got to invest. You think that saving money in the bank is going to get you wealthy? It's not. It's not. If you haven't been to the store recently, inflation is up. Everything is up. And guess what? It's going to continue to go up. Buy assets, not liabilities. And what's funny about it is most people will argue you about liabilities instead of buying assets. More people will get excited about, oh, you got a new car. They're excited, but guess what? You just bought a liability unless you rent that car and it's bringing you income. Or you bought a new house. Oh, everybody's excited for you. You just bought a liability. If that house is not bringing you income, if you're not renting out that house, that's a liability. Most people think that house is their biggest assets. No, your house is your biggest liability unless it's making you money every single month. For the people on the call that don't know that. Never spend more than you make. Pay yourself first, and compound interest work wonders every time. That means that over the years, guess what? That residual income, if you build your business right, it's going to continue to grow. That billing volume is going to continue to grow. So understand that over time, if you do the right things, you can put yourself in a position where you can be successful. And this is most people's strategy. Listen, if the opportunity will come to me, if I just sit right here, or my business is going to blow, if I just sit right here, somebody's going to get involved and blow it up for me. You know, somebody's going to sign up that millionaire. Listen, keep sitting right there, because that's exactly where you're going to sit. Exactly where you're going to sit. Listen, if you wait for somebody to come save you, listen, good luck. I've been looking for 27 years. Ain't nobody come yet. Ain't nobody come yet. Ain't nobody come and say, you know what? I'm going to get you out of that situation. No, I had to get myself out of that situation. But I had mentors. I had people that would support me. But I didn't need nobody to come and get me out of my situation. I got up and I made it happen. And if you don't sacrifice for what you want becomes the sacrifice. If you don't sacrifice for what you want become the sacrifice. Meaning that, listen, either you're going to sacrifice now or you're going to sacrifice later. I'm happy that I sacrificed early, because guess what? Since 20 years old, I haven't punched a clock since November 2013. I'll be 28 in March. Do you know how great it feels to say that I've never worked a job in my 20s? Do you understand that by the time I turn 30, I'll be a decade as a business owner? Do you understand that getting involved in business early can be one of the best things that you can ever do? Why? Because guess what? I have my son, he'll be 3 next month. My son don't know what a daycare is. My son don't know what public school is. My son know his grandmother, his grandfather, his mom and his dad, and he know about being home every day. He know about waking up when he finished sleeping. My son don't have a schedule. He go to sleep 2 o'clock in the morning if he wants to. He got his phone. He watching TV, he watch cartoons. He do what he want to do. See, I understood I had to sacrifice so that my son don't have to do nothing that I had to do growing up. He don't have to struggle. He don't have to grow up in the hood. You know, I'm able to raise my son in Houston, Texas. You know how great it is to be able to raise your son in an environment that you know that's going to produce him to be a better man than I am? So all the sacrifices that I did it for my son. So who are you sacrificing for? And if you're not sacrificing for nobody, then you need to sacrifice for somebody, because that's going to be the only thing that pushes you when life gets in the way. From there, how to increase your financial IQ. And this is really great, because I did it last night. I went to Google, I typed in the financial dictionary, and guess what happened? It gave me a PDF version of every single word and definition that involves finance in the dictionary, and I saved it to my phone. So now I know what compound interest is. You know, I know what, you know, IRA is. You know, I know about all of those financial IQ. And you gotta understand, listen, if you don't know anything about finance, how do you expect it to be successful? Somebody can give you $1 million today, but you're gonna be broke a couple months from now because you don't have any type of financial IQ. When I went broke, that's when I started working on my financial IQ. Don't put yourself in a position when you lose everything before you get a financial IQ. And for me, it's normal. When you're from the hood, you make a lot of money. What you gonna do? Spend cars, jewelry, girls, clothes? I've been there. That's why I can tell you, don't do those things. It don't work because guess what? Most people are not blessed and fortunate not to come back from those situations. When most people go broke, they stay broke. That's just how it is. You gotta look at yourself as McDonald's. People think, you know, McDonald's is a fast food restaurant. No, it's not. I don't eat the food, but I love their business model. Why? Because McDonald's, yeah, they sell burgers and fries, but they own billions of dollars in real estate. 85% of all McDonald's are franchises. And guess what? The corporation owns the land and rent it back to the franchise. So they double dipping. They triple dipping. They rent you the place. They get a percentage of all your sales. You got to have at least $2 million to start. You understand that you're basically just leasing a business from them, but they own everything. Why every corner you go in any city, any hood, any neighborhood, there's a McDonald's. McDonald's understood duplication. They understood owning land. They understood owning the actual place that they're going to rent out to people. So not also they earning money one way, they're earning almost up to close to probably 10 or 5 different streams of income from one business model. From there, growth is growth no matter how small it is. And a lot of people are scared of growth. And the reason why, because when you start to grow, the people around you, the people that you know, they're going to start to look at you different because they want to keep you stuck as the person that you was. But you got to understand that you're not the same person. You're a changer. You're a different person. You understand that you have to grow. You have to become a better person. And you have to learn that through the things you're going to go through in life, it has to make you better. If you're not growing from what you're going through, then what are you going through it for? Listen, every L is a lesson, is not a loss. You got to change how you look at losses when things bad happen to you in life. You got to look at, what am I learning from this situation? Because I understand that you can grow through everything, but it's all about your mindset. And this is what I like best, because when you go on TV, right, what kind of advertisement for cars do you see? You see the Toyota, you see the Ford, you see the Chrysler, you see all the cars that the average person can buy, right? But do you see advertisement for Lamborghinis, Rolls Royce, Bentley, all the cars that people dream about having? Do you notice that they don't have any type of commercial? And the reason why, because these companies understood that their customers do not sit around and watch TV all day. So why in the world would they spend money on advertisement when people that watch TV can't even afford their car? Successful people don't watch TV. Listen, this is what I know best. This is how I can tell you about how successful somebody is. When you walk into their home, if they have a bigger TV, then they have a bigger bookcase. Most people have a big screen TV, but they don't even have a single book in their house. You spend thousands of dollars on a TV, and then you spend hundreds of dollars every single month to watch the TV to learn nothing, but you won't even spend $20 on a book that can change your life. I got so many books that I actually read because before this business, I never read before. But when you understand that, listen, most leaders, they read it. Most leaders are readers. Listen, if you don't listen, everything that you want to know in life is in a book. It's in a book. It's not on Google. It's in a book. If you just take time to just pick up a book, watch some YouTube videos about successful. I remember, messing up my credit so bad, and to the point where I learned how to fix my own credit. To the point now where if people need help with their own credit, I can charge them a price. And now from that loss, I created an asset. Now I can charge people to help them. Hey, what's your credit? Why? Because guess what? If you don't have any credit, you can't do nothing in America. You can't start a business. You can't do anything. So through all my losses, I learned and I got great because I understood that. Why did I mess up my credit? Why did I lose everything? Why? Because my financial IQ was off. I didn't understand credit. Why? They didn't teach us about credit in school. They didn't teach us what to do when we get our money. They didn't teach us about taxes. They didn't teach us about nothing. They teach us how to work a job and go to school. So that's all you're trained. Then guess what's going to happen? You're going to continue to do the same thing over and over for the rest of your life. And success isn't about how much money you make. Success is about the difference that you make in people's lives. So you got to understand that it's not about how much money you make. Who are you helping? Who are you motivating? Who are you changing that mindset about what to do in order to get to where they need to be in life? So I just love the fact that my success is just an example to show people that, listen, you can be from Baltimore City, you can be broke, you can be from the hood, it don't matter what. You can come out of that situation, grow as a person, become a better person. You can grow. And listen, if you're not growing in life, you're dying. A lot of people are getting older, but you gotta understand that the older you get, if you don't do something now, you're gonna wait until life, you know, when you can't do it no more. Most people, they wait until they're sick, until they want to become healthy. Most people wait to start another opportunity once they go broke. Why not do that when everything is already good? Why not focus on your health when you already got good health? Why not focus on your money being better, growing, investing your money while you have the money instead of waiting until you broke to say, I need to invest my money. See, don't wait until things bad happens in order to do better in life. That's all I got to say. And then I think I'm going to save this for you guys next week. I'm not even going to give it to you. I'm going to save it for next week. I'm able, listen, and I'm going to skip through it really quickly. So I have literally, for the people on this call, I've been telling y'all about the book, Building an Empire, the new version. Listen, I got a close for everything. If you don't understand this word, feel, felt, and found, listen, once you understand what I'm going to teach you guys, anything that someone say to you about the opportunity, you can get them to sign up in the business. I don't have no more brown apples. And the reason why? Because it's feel, felt, and found. Nobody's negative. Nobody's negative. I'm going to skip through it really quickly. You know, I said these are the magical words that you can use, you know, these are the magical words that you can use in every circumstances to diffuse an objection or to reinforce their positive observation, which is feel, felt, and found. And it takes you from a position of arguing your point against theirs to a point of arguing with them, which diffuses their concern and help them see that they are on the same page with you. Now they feel that they can trust your opinion and it resonates with their own. And likewise, when they are expressing positive interest, you will relate to them and reinforce their insight and pending decision to join your business. Here's some examples. I've tried network marketing business before and it didn't work. My response would be, I know exactly how you feel. As a matter of fact, I felt the same way. Since I tried some network marketing before and I failed too, I thought I would never want to give building my own business another shot again after going through that. But what I found is that I was throwing the baby out the bathwater. After seeing how different this company service and business system is, I realized that there were missing ingredients that kept me from succeeding in the past. This business is actually working for me, and I am sure you will notice a difference too, and finally accomplish the reason why you decided to have your own business back in the first place. That's just one. You want to go another one? Oh, this is another one of those pyramid schemes. I know exactly how you feel. I felt the same way when I first heard about this business and questioned its legitimacy. But what I found as I did some research was that this company has been written up in some of the most prestigious business journals, recognized by the Better Business Group, and has the backing of some pretty well-known business entities. So that will put to rest my question about whether this is one of those pyramid deals that I have zero interest in, and I'm glad you are looking to avoid some kind of scam too. Let's keep going. I am interested. This is a positive. So people say, I'm interested in developing residual income. This is what you would say to them. I know exactly how you feel. I felt the same way when I realized that getting paid over and over for something that I did one time was possible. And what I found was that people in this company I'm working with are receiving this residual income like clockwork, even when they're on vacation and not even working. I know I want that, and I can imagine you do too. They get your application in and get after creating this residual income. Oh, boom, we can go this way. You can feel your way through every conceivable situation, practicing until you find yourself doing it naturally on a regular basis. Another way to overcome any type of objection is by disarming them with one powerful reply. I'm sure glad you said that. The top money earners in the company have used this line for years, and no wonder they have been so successful. Conduct every situation, every conversation with a smile, because there's no objection that you can't overcome. So one example would be, what is the hardest objection that you could think of trying to overcome? How about this one? I'm just flat out not interested. This is what you would say to them. If someone telling you, I'm flat out not interested, you would say, I'm sure glad you said that, because this business is specifically designed for uninterested people. You see, even though you have no interest at all in what we do / offer, I can assure you that you know quite a few people who are interested that you can introduce me to. Now you can remain without interest all along the way, but I will teach some of those people how to market this business. And as they are generating revenues from our company, the company will keep sending all of those override checks to your home while you are sitting there being uninterested. So let's get you set up, point me to some people, you know, and I will take it from there. Boom. Then you can go from, oh, I don't have the money to get started. I'm sure glad you said that. You see a lot of successful people in our business didn't have the money when they got started. Here's what we do. You have no money, but you know some people who do. You introduce me to some of those people, and I will get them excited about this business. We will get them signed up and direct that commission to you. So now you have the money. Then you can go from, oh, I don't have time for this. I'm sure glad you said that. You see lots of successful people in our business didn't have any time when they started. Here's what we do. You have no time, but you know some people who do. You introduce me to some of those people. I will get them excited about this business. We will get them signed up and teach them how to market this and all kinds of people that you don't even know. And as override commissions are rolling into you, I can bet you can afford to buy yourself some time freedom. And boom, that's it. That's it.
Wow, wow, wow. Woo-hoo! Wow, 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 and wow. Everybody, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me unbuckle my seatbelt. Hold on. I told everybody I brought a seatbelt today because I knew what you're gonna deliver. I told them we talked about a half hour on the phone, and I saw what you. Oh my God! I didn't want to blow it, but I knew what you're gonna say, so I brought that with me. I told everybody to bring a seatbelt today. Here's mine. I just took it off because I told you I love it. I love it. Love the story. You know, you don't see, what did he say? Hold on a second. All these, you don't see Bentley. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't see what go on sale? Lamborghinis or Rolls Royces go on sale. I love it. You see why he's on track to hit SVP, don't you, by the second half of next year? I love it. I love it. Don't go broke trying to prove you're not broke to people who are broke. Y'all are, oh my God. Lord have mercy. Did he do? I mean, if he was here, I put this on his head because he deserved the crown today. He deserved it. He delivered more than, he delivered the goods today. My goodness. Whoo. Lord have mercy. Hey, folks, can we show him some love? Come on, let's show some love. That was so powerful. That's right. I did, Mr. Carver, the professor at Kingdom. There it is. It's his crown. Boy, howdy, I put it right there. Look at him. He delivered. He delivered. He delivered. He delivered. More important, what are you going to do with the information that he delivered? October, like I told you, October 27th has been 7 years in ACN. And you see why he's a senior, on the track to be a senior vice president, already RVP Platinum, lost it once, came back, built it up again. From the hood of Baltimore. So what is your excuse? Let me not say that because I'll piss off 10 of you, probably more than that. But what are you waiting on? What are you waiting on? He lived in a basement, then a closet, and his mama's house and stepfather's house, his grandma's basement. Wow. Wow. 3 years and 11 months to hit that position. My goodness. Man, I am, this is probably one of the best, with trainings, conversations, it'd be up there the top 2 or 3. I tell you that right now. This is amazing. Man, I'm just, He'll be with us every Wednesday this month. Yeah, he's a GOAT. GOAT stands for GOAT. He's a GOAT. That's right. Greatest of all times. That's right. Can we show him some more love one more time? Come on, everybody be delivered. Some of y'all need to take the cameras off and go out there and give this man. Come on, RDs. Oh my God. If you're not RVP by the end of the month, a year, by God, that was powerful. Whoo, man. I'm going to go back and look at this over again today. I tell you that right now. Mr. Bree Clemens, don't forget to send me a copy of it so I can send him a copy. But send it to me. I got to watch this one more time later today because this was stuff that I tell you what blessed my heart. And that moved me. I really got a blessing out of today. So once again, I want to thank Mr. Shakeel Cooper for taking time out. He'll be with us every, matter of fact, every month, every Tuesday in the month of October. We already scheduled him. I can't take for whatever else we got going on, but we want to thank you, sir, for delivering the goods. Like we talked about for half an hour on the phone, how you're going to break it down this whole month, everybody. I don't want to get ahead of you because you're the presenter, and I'm just great to be the facilitator to say thank you for what you did and what you blessed people with. And remember, with a closed fist, you can't give or receive. The more you give, the more he's receiving. And that's why he's going to be one of those, youngest. Anyway, I'm lost. I'm lost for words. It was totally above me on the Call of Duty. So once again, sir, thank you so much, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock with Mr. Dean Torelli. And then on Friday, we have Mr. Nelson will be back with us on Friday.